the year we travelled before, we were really bad with our budget, really bad.
Yeah, we just spent whatever we spent.
We blew 20 grand in 6 months.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Reanne and this is Sri Lanka!
Hello, welcome back to our Sri Lanka series. This video is a special video. As we were going through our series, somebody told me, well, several people told me, several people told us to do a video summing up your experience in Sri Lanka and also your costs. So this is what this is. Reanne's got a few details. Reanne, shoot. So Reanne's got a few details, right? So Reanne is going to say it's going to be in Great British pounds, but we'll flash up in US dollars at the bottom of the screen. So Reanne, go.
First of all, what is the average price of accommodation in Sri Lanka? We averaged at about £10 a night. That was like our maximum.
Yeah.
And I think we got one about as low as £3 a night, £4 a night.
I'll just tell you something, right? So when I search for my hotels, I do 3 filters. We book all our hotels on booking.com because we're like proper like gold star member, because we book hotels every single day. Genie plus free or whatever. So we do private bathroom, air conditioning, which is essential in Asia obviously because it's very hot, and Wi-Fi. Obviously we need Wi-Fi.
So yeah, that was our average price. We do one night in a 5-star hotel. We looked for the cheapest 5-star hotel on booking.com and that was £50. Crazy. Yeah. I think an average price in England for a 1-star hotel is about £50. So accommodation in Sri Lanka, very affordable. It depends what you're looking for. We always go for private bathroom, as we say, so we're a little bit higher, but you can probably get one for £1 a night if you're really on a tight budget. So next is average meal price. So obviously we're a couple. Meal price was probably about £6, I'd say, on average. It depends where you eat. Street food, obviously, we're probably looking for probably around £2 per person. In a restaurant with a drink, £3 to £4 per person. It just depends what you're looking for, but you can eat dirt cheap. Some days we spent £15 on a meal, some days we spent £6 on a meal.
Yeah, if you eat on the street markets with the street food where the locals eat, you're talking £1.
If you go to tourist destinations as well, obviously you're going to be paying tourist prices in cafes and restaurants.
Yeah, and if you eat on the beach, you obviously can be paying more. Average
weather, hot. Always hot. No matter what, if it's raining, cloudy, always hot.
Especially when we went up to Jaffna. That was really hot.
Really hot. You need a room with aircon, so make sure you always go for aircon. When we went, it was rainy season, and to be honest, the rain didn't really affect us much. I think we had one day where it rained all day, but otherwise it just rains for a bit, mainly in the evening, so don't matter. No. So it didn't bother us. Yeah, we went about the end of July, August time. That's when we went. This is the big question. We went when the crisis was going on, and we got told by a lot of people not to go.
Yeah, but a lot of people that haven't got a clue, have never been to Sri Lanka in their life.
And never been travelling.
Told us not to go. But obviously that's just what
my mum even offered to pay, because obviously if we cancelled we would have lost our flight, and she offered to pay for that. That's how worried she was.
So I'm just going to put this out there. Going to Sri Lanka was the best decision we ever made in our lives.
100%.
I honestly think it could have changed our lives. Honestly.
We're so glad we had it pre-booked as well.
Yeah.
We would have never booked it.
No.
It was kind of a stop on the way to Thailand because we were making our way to Asia, and to fly to Sri Lanka was so cheap. We decided let's do a month there, and we're so glad we did.
Yeah, it's only cheap because there was a crisis.
I don't know, but yeah, the crisis, how it affected us, not one bit. Not at all. There was no danger, there was no riots, there was no horrible people, there was no horrible police, there was nothing.
If anything, people were nicer. Because they were just happy to see us.
And they were like, thank you for coming here.
Yeah.
But we had a couple of blackouts. There was like a couple hours in the evening where you'd lose electricity, but it really didn't bother us, it really didn't affect us, and it wouldn't have stopped us, we wouldn't have gone home or stopped us from going out there.
And to be honest, a lot of times when we had the power cuts with the electricity, they were scheduled, so you sort of knew that I'll give it half hour, an hour, and the power would come back on, so it wasn't so bad.
Fuel crisis, it didn't affect us because we were tourists. They let you skip the queue, so it didn't affect us one bit. It weren't very nice to see, obviously, people having to queue for days.
Yeah, the only problem you had is a lot of the taxi drivers and tuk-tuk drivers would use that as an excuse. Like, oh, it's 1,000 to get somewhere, which when the normal rate's like 300, and you're like, come on, mate. And they would say, fuel crisis, and then you're sort of like, come on. Yeah.
We know the average price.
Yeah, we know.
Expensive record also.
I know that.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, the normal rate, yeah, 60 per kilometre. The fuel situation in Sri Lanka is sorted, so if you're thinking about going to Sri Lanka, don't worry about that, it's over.
The price has gone up, but everything's gone up in the world. We can't afford to go to our own country anymore, it's so expensive.
It's cheaper for us to live out here than it is to live at home.
One of the biggest questions, is it safe to travel in Sri Lanka?
Yes.
What a question.
Yes, 100%. We've been to Guatemala City, which is scary. We've been to Ecuador, we got robbed. We've been to Panama City, which was scary.
You got dog poo thrown at him.
Yeah. And them sort of places, they're scary. Sri Lanka, walking around the middle of Kandy, just at night, on our own, pitch black, not worrying the world.
You ain't even bat an eyelid. I don't think we did not have one instance. We were never scared.
No.
We were never robbed. We were never threatened. We were never uncomfortable.
I said to Reanne on more than 5 occasions that I feel safer in Sri Lanka than I do when I'm at
down
home.
our own streets, yeah.
When I'm at home, I feel safe at home, obviously, because I live there. But I felt safer in Sri Lanka.
And you can just approach someone and ask for directions, and they'll help you.
Yeah, I always want to help you.
Favourite food? We kept getting that in the comment quite a lot. What was our favourite food out there? I'll go first, you second. My favourite food, if you're talking savoury, sambal. I think I'm saying it right. I'll put this brand down below. It is grated dried coconut with spices. It is absolutely amazing, and I'm missing it so much already. It's normally like a side dish with a curry. You can have it with your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, everything. And I've got another favourite, if you're talking sweet, is definitely the roti banana and chocolate pancakes. Oh, they were delicious. I wish I ate more. But that was my favourite, sorry. Go on, Ben.
I liked the chicken dolphin kotu. Love that. That was beautiful. And also, I like this traditional Sri Lankan breakfast when you get the dal and then you get the other sides. But obviously, you said the sambal already, but all that together.
Favourite city? Gosh, for me, you do yours because you know yours.
Mine is Colombo. I love busy cities, but Colombo had a mix of busy, but then everything was like compact and it was nice and easy to get to. So it only takes 5 minutes to walk to an Amazon. I love that, and a McDonald's and all that sort of thing. I'm that sort of guy. I like it. I'm a city boy.
See, I'm not a massive city person. I like to kind of be out of the way, a bit more calmer. All this hecticness and these buildings and having to go long distance is a bit annoying for me. I like everything to kind of be around me. So if I'm going to say, oh gosh, probably Kandy, because it is a city, but then it's not a big city, so you kind of have everything there. But then you can kind of like go out to the jungle bit and get away from everything.
It's not too far from the outskirts, is it?
Yeah. And I'm going to put another one in there, Jaffna.
Jaffna, yeah.
We nearly didn't go up north, and we had like a spare week, and we were like, let's go up there and see what it's like. Brilliant.
Yeah, everyone said like, oh, it's really different.
Yeah.
You know, they speak a different language, and we was like,
they're not very fond of tourists, so they'll be a bit like.
Yeah, and we went up there and we loved it. So
yeah, we met the nicest police officer, is it?
He was the nicest police officer. Go back and check our last video or our other video.
Jaffna one.
Yeah, and then see how nice that policeman was, because he was really nice.
So how long we travelled around Sri Lanka was 1 month.
Yeah, we had a 1 month visa.
That was £15 each. Yeah, e-visa. We did it online. It was so easy to get in the country. Didn't need PCR test. Didn't need nothing. Just flew in with a visa, and we were there.
Got to just say quickly, right? Since we didn't release the first Sri Lanka video until probably 10 days after we got there, and obviously I read every single comment. Every comment I read, and normally there you get good ones, you get bad ones, but honestly the Sri Lankan ones were so nice. I've been blown away by how nice everyone was, and even like when I put a post on the community page, and everyone was just like, "Oh, so sad to see you leave. We love you, and just like."
It's just so positive. It's such like a positive vibe and community from everyone.
Honestly, hand on heart, there's no reason whatsoever why we can't make this a regular trip for us. and come back quite a lot and make lots of videos and meet lots of people. Everyone comments and says, we want to meet you. Why not? Why can't we meet people? So, yeah,
so
we
we're
definitely do that.
100%. We didn't even make a dent in the country. We felt like we just did a little bit there in the corner. So we got all that to do. So we'll 100%
It's a
be
big
back.
place, yeah.
100%. We'll probably do longer as well. A month wasn't nowhere near long enough.
A little cheeky 3 month, please. That'd be nice.
Okay, so we're going to sum it up. So we actually kept a month diary on every single thing we spent. That's really good of us. We've never done that. The year we travelled before, we were really bad with our budget. Really bad.
Yeah, we just spent whatever we spent.
We blew 20 grand in 6 months.
Yeah.
We were stupid. But this time we were very sensible, and you're here. So, on accommodation for 1 month in Sri Lanka, we spent £190.
That's like 1 room in Premier Inn at home.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, our mortgage at home was £600 a month.
So we're paying a quarter of what we pay at home, and this includes gas, electricity, and all that.
Next is food. Food was actually our biggest spender.
Yeah, we like food.
So it was £269 for 1 month. We average on eating 1 meal a day, but then we do go to coffee shops quite a lot. That's probably where it picks it up a bit more. Transport wasn't too bad, £135. Trains are dirt cheap out there.
Yeah. And we rented
Tuk-tuks are cheap.
we rented a scooter.
So transport wasn't a massive hit in our budget. And then others. So others are just random other little bits we maybe bought or we did something, I'm not sure. That was £117. Not too bad. For travelling 1 month in Sri Lanka, the total is £711. £100 over our mortgage.
Yeah, so yeah. And we got a long mortgage, so, well, we had a long mortgage.
Yeah, we ain't got a house at the moment, so. And our budget for the whole month was £750. So we're technically under our budget because we budget ourselves £26 a day. So some days we go over, some days we go under, and it evens it out, and we were under. And that's it. That is our sum up of 1 month travelling around Sri Lanka. I swear I say Sri Lanka weird.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
You got a weird twangy accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we're in Bangkok at the moment, so obviously if you keep watching, we do go to Kuala Lumpur, and then we go on to Thailand. So if you want to see that, make sure you stay subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Anyway, subscribe.
Sweat literally dripping down
Yeah,
the
I'm
place.
sweating.
Lanka is 100 and no, that's wrong.
Subscribe.
Ow!
Sri Lanka!
Is that it?
It was there all along.
Yes.
How you find it?
Yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it?
See you later, Benny. You can walk.
6 hours.
It's gonna be fun.
I feel quite claustrophobic.
Right, Ben.
I'm fine because I got my coat. Yes, I know she's been told several times not to touch the cats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How to do it?
She'll never work it out.